In this lecture, we'll discuss again about the tariff war and in between the 90-day tariff pause and how it is having a relationship with China. So Trump, the president of USA, issues a 8-pointer non-tariff cheating warning amid 90-day pause. So, exactly on April 9, 2025, Trump announced a 90-day pause on his sweeping tariffs on all countries, barring China, a move that had seemed nearly impossible. US President Donald Trump on Sunday issued an 8-point non-tariff cheating list warning countries of non-tariff related offenses that could spoil relationship with the USA. The warning came days after Trump announced 90-day pause on his sweeping tariffs on all countries barring China. So, in the 8-point list, Trump mentioned currency manipulation and accusation he has made previously on some countries for deliberately devaluating their currencies to make their exports more competitive while making USA products costlier abroad. Another warning is about value added taxes or VATs that are applied to imports but refunded on exports in many nations. The Republican leader also warned countries of dumping below cost export and other government subsidies, protective agricultural standards, counterfeiting, piracy, and intellectual property theft and transshipping to evade tariffs. President Trump also warned of protective technical standards, citing Japan's bowling ball test. A claim President Trump made first in his presidency in 2018, according to President Trump, Japan uses a so-called bowling ball test to cheat US auto companies out of selling cars to Japanese consumers. They take a bowling ball for 25 feet off in the air and drop it on the hood of the car. If the hood dents the car does not qualify, it's horrible as it was expressed by President Donald Trump. So, in regards to his 90-day pause on tariffs as announced on April 9 on his sweeping tariffs on all countries barring China, a move that had seemed nearly impossible according to President Trump, who had introduced the slew of tariffs to address the alleged trade imbalance with the United States. Over 75 countries had negotiated and not retaliated against him, which led to the very pause of 90 days. During the 90 days, a significantly reduced reciprocal tariff of just 10% would be in effect, as it was told by President Donald Trump. A growing alarm inside the Treasury Department over the developments in the bond market was reportedly the only factor that made Trump hit a pause on his reciprocal tariff regime. The bond market is very tricky as it was expressed by President Trump while addressing reporters after tariff pause announcement. As he told he was watching it, the bond market right now is beautiful. But yeah, I saw last night where people were getting a little wage. We don't have access to lawyers, or it was just wrote up. We wrote it off from our hearts, right? It was written from the heart, and I think it was well written too, but it was written from the heart as it was told by the US President Donald Trump. And in regards to the 90 days tariff pause and China, Trump's administration is locked in a war of sky high reciprocal tariffs with superpower rival China that has unnerved world markets. While Trump put a pause on his tariffs on all countries, he announced an immediate increase in tariffs on China to 125% up from the previously declared 104% and later to a whopping 145% after Beijing retaliated to his sweeping Liberation Day worldwide tariffs based on the lack of respect that China has shown to the world's markets. The president Trump, in his own words, expressed that I am hereby raising the tariffs charged to China by the United States of America. At some point, hopefully in the near future, China will realize that the days of ripping off the US and other countries is no longer sustainable or acceptable. China wants to make a deal, they just don't know how quite to go about it. President Jinping is a proud man. They don't know quite how to go about it, but they will figure it out as it was told by President Trump. Amid the ongoing conflict, President Trump said that he was confident the two countries could make a deal to end a bitter trade war. So, this was his expression in relation to China. So, President Trump's reaction on the 90 days pause and in regards to the imposition of 145% whipping tariff on China for the very retaliation made by China against the US tariff. So he increased it from 104% to 125% and finally the whipping tariffs imposed by the US President Trump's administration was raised to 145% as at present, and the 90-day tariff pause is only applicable to those countries. Almost 75 countries are negotiating with the Trump administration and United States. So, in this lecture, almost we have discussed the very allegations made by Trump regarding currency manipulation, value-added taxes and dumping below cost and counterfeiting and also piracy and about intellectual property theft and government subsidies and protective agricultural standards and also transshipping. These allegations are made by President Trump while he declared the 90-day tariff pause on April 9, which would continue up to July 9, 2025, and while announcing the 90-day tariff pause, he made reference to this 8-point list relating from currency manipulation to transshipping. And also he referred in his speech about the bowling ball test conducted by Japan in regards to automobiles. And as he left China from the 90-day tariff pass due to Beijing's retaliation, for which from 104% tariff it is raised to 125% on all Chinese goods and products entering United States, and at present he imposed an whopping 145% of tariffs on goods and products of China entering into United States.